Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to talk about the Pokémon TCG Classic. We got a big update, we've got good news, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. Because you see, the Pokémon TCG Classic is the fanciest, most premium product we've ever seen in the Pokémon TCG. And I think that's honestly a pretty straightforward thing to say. That shouldn't be even remotely controversial. This is a ridiculous product. It's great. We like it. Go team. And it really is, like, all over just a great product. We've got a rather lovely case that folds out into a playmat. We got 3 deck boxes for each of the 3 decks. And then you've got 3 decks featured around the first partner Pokemon from Gen 1, your Venusaur, your Blastoise, and your Charizard. Charizard obviously being the big dude. And there are some new cards in there as well. We've got a trio of new EXs, that being Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Suicune. Brand new cards, never before seen, mechanically unique, not legal for tournament play. Please don't try building decks around them and taking them to tournaments, etc. Because you're going to be very disappointed. Because you are going to turn up and you're going to be told, hey mate, they're not legal for tournament play. Didn't you see Wassie's video? He told you all about this. He was very clear. But the point is, they're very cool. We've also got new tools. There's a trio of matching tools, Drops in the Ocean, Scorching Coal, and Sunseed, who you attach to Venusaur, Blastoise, or Charizard. It should be obvious which one goes with which. And then you get to do 100 extra damage, which is cool. And then in English, we've actually got the vending series Mr. Mime. Now, this came out in Japan many, many, many years ago, but for us, it's actually brand new, never before seen, because we never got that series in Japan. But for some reason, I don't really understand, they're translating it and bringing it over here, and I don't really know why, but I love that they're doing it. And then you've got things like, you roll a ball down here, and that's the equivalent of rolling a dice. Or flipping a coin. And then you've got these new damage counters that you actually stack up on top of each other. And then we got new burn and poison markers. It's a very cool product all around, but it is $400 in the US, £400 over here. Which, I know I've told you this before, but I have to tell you again, compared to the Japanese version, is very expensive. Because the Japanese version is 35,000 yen, which converts down to $230 rather than $400, or £188 rather than $400. It's literally half the price. Now, for me, I have entered a bunch of lotteries over in Japan, desperately hoping that I can get a hold of this. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to get the Japanese version from entering lotteries in Japan. I am trying very hard. I'm crossing all my fingers and toes. I mean, look at the 2 Charizard next to each other. I think the Japanese version is cooler, but we're not talking about that now. The general theme of this video is, it is not going to be hard to get hold of. It initially looked like it was going to be hard to get hold of. And when it launched on the Pokemon Center in the US, UK, and Canada, it sold out, like, hilariously quickly. I tried to get a pre-order in and couldn't. And I was there, like, straight away. It was the classic, and we've all been there, it's 2023, this happens with everything nowadays. It's a classic, it's not working, 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 oh wait, it's sold out. Really annoying, but we've all been there with tournament tickets, concert tickets, collectibles. We know the deal at this point. Annoying, it happens, let's try not to dwell on it. But since then, things are going very well. Now, there is a real question of, hang on a second, Wassie, 400 quid? $400? That is a lot. From now on, I'm just going to say 400. You know, I'm saying dollars in the US or pounds in the UK. 400 is a lot. Can we really justify paying 400? And the answer is, we've done that video. We've made that video. Maybe. It's up to you, basically. If you think 400 is worth it, go and get it. If you think 400 is too much, ignore it. As I've made the point before, and I do think this is important to note, this is designed as a ridiculously super premium product. That is what it is designed as. That is how it's supposed to go. It is supposed to be for the biggest, nerdiest Pokemon fans out there, of which I count myself one. But for your average person, a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to go, Wussy, mate, it's 3 decks and a few accessories in a nice little case for 400. That's too much. And if you're the kind of person that looks at it and thinks that, then yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And if you're the kind of person that goes, you know what, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, it's not, then it's not, and that's fine. But there was a real, and I've had a bunch of questions from you guys saying, Wussy, how are we going to get this? And the answer is, super casually. Now, I'm still thinking there might be a restock over on the Pokemon Center, US, UK, Canada, etc. As it seems at the moment, it's not there. It's not there in stock. Maybe it'll go back in stock. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I don't have any insider information. It officially releases on Friday, which is the 17th. Pokemon do have a real habit, which is a great habit, I should say, of restocking on the release day. They love restocking on the release day. That is a thing that they tend to do. So I would not be surprised to see that happening again. I think there is a very good chance that happens again, and that will be lovely. We'll have to wait and see one way or t'other. However, you don't need to go to the Pokemon Center to buy this. Honestly, you really don't. Now, I'm having a little bit of a look over in the UK, and it's just kind of brilliant, honestly. Because over in game, it's just sitting there for pre-order for 400. And yes, I know 400 is a lot. We talked about that. We're not relitigating this. The point is, Game, one of the biggest stores over in the UK for buying stuff like video games, card games, etc. And we are here 4 days out from release, and it's just casually sitting there in stock. And this isn't like, oh, they restocked it 10 seconds before I started the video and I got lucky. It's just sitting there in stock. Now, Mad for Miniatures, not a store I'm particularly fond of, but it is sitting there at $395. They've actually knocked a $5 off. And it's just sitting there, available, ready to pre-order. As a side note, one of the things Mad for Miniatures are doing, and this is why I am showing it to you, they'll let you order 2. Now, it seems like there's only 2 you can order, but still, they are actually letting you order 2, which this is generally the kind of product where it is so ridiculously oversubscribed, people were thinking you were never going to be able to get hold of it, and Mad for Miniatures are like, nah, mate, come and buy 2. It will be fine. Or we could have a look at the Card Vault, a store I'm not particularly familiar with, but relevant because they're selling it for £375. Well, that's £25 off. And okay, as a percentage of 400, it's not that high. But as a, just amount of money, I mean, look, if somebody came and offered me 25 quid right now, I'd be delighted. I would happily accept it. That would be lovely. But then again, Loaded Dice, another shop I'm not terribly familiar with, have even got them beat because they've got it up for $370. And here's my point. If shops are putting this up, and it's clearly turned into a bit of a thing, for these products to sell out super quickly, everybody puts them up at retail, and then they sell out. And if that's not happening, then what actually happens instead is that everybody starts dropping their price. And I'm going to make the same plea I've made many times before. There are stores we all know that are very happy to raise the price for products which are out of stock or hard to find. Those stores right now are having to lower the prices of the TCG Classic because it is just not selling out. Don't buy from them. Buy from somebody else. Do not support the stores that put these products up in price when they can. Please buy from other stores who don't take the mick. That would be amazing because I think we should be supporting good stores. Honestly, that would make me happy. And if we go and have a look over on eBay, over in the US, it's readily available. Annoyingly, it is just a smidge over retail. 410, 420, 425. It's a little bit annoying that it is a tiny, tiny bit above retail. However, they are with free shipping, so honestly, it kind of works out around about the same a lot of the time. But the point is, it's not just some weird thing in the UK, Wussy, what are you talking about? This is just a thing. I've actually heard rumours of a big restock that is going to be coming just before the end of the year for the Pokémon TCG Classic, and I'm honestly not even sure we necessarily need it like that. Or maybe the news of the restock is one of the reasons that we see the price coming down so nicely here. Either way, I know, because you told me, there are a bunch of you out there who were a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to get hold of this, that this was going to be too hard to get hold of, that it was going to be a little bit of a pain. Well, no longer, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. I'm delighted, and you should be too. So that's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. I want to hear from you. Have you bought this? Are you planning to buy this? Is this on your list? Or is it being available, not making a difference because you're not paying $400 for it? Let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a bunch of other card games, and video games, and sports, and whatever takes my fancy. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things, and get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Dojo, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.